there everyone, it's Christopher Burrell from Inspire You Life Coach, and I'm here with another Get Inspired moment. You know, as the 4th of July begins to approach this week, I wanted to reflect on the 4th of July and why we even have it. And I think the best place to start that reflection is actually going back to the reason for the 4th of July. And it's called the Declaration of Independence. And I think so oftentimes we forget. But let me read a section of that and talk briefly today for our food for thought and our reflection. In Congress, July 2nd, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was written. And part of that said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness." That's not the full Declaration of Independence, but I think it points out really the whole reason that our founding fathers on July 4th, 1776, voted to approve and adopt the Declaration of Independence, independence from Britain. And as we know, history has told us what happened. And I'm reminded that this 4th of July, as we look around, we still see that people from other nations are willing to give up everything still to come to the United States, because even on our worst day it is still brighter than many people's best day in the home where they were born, in the country where they were born. I look at the news of recent and I've watched Egypt struggle as they embark on a journey for democracy. And I've seen people willing to give their lives. And I guess I reflect and realize that sometimes even I am guilty of taking for granted all that we do have. I'm reminded of a conversation that I recently had with an immigrant who did come to the United States in the right way. He worked hard in his homeland. He applied for citizenship, applied for permission to come over, and he did come over, and he left his family, his friends, everyone, and came to America to start a better life. And I remember last summer he was sharing with me, and that was during, the hotly debated debates of last summer, and he said, I get so frustrated at you Americans, because he goes, you don't understand what you are doing when you fight and make a scene of each other on the news, or when you're fighting politically. He said, you don't understand how great it is to be in the United States, and what people are willing to give up to be here still. That hit home for me. That really hit home for me. It gave me food for thought to think, you know what? Maybe I have taken things for granted. More importantly, maybe I take for granted every day the freedom which is afforded me because of my fellow man who is a soldier, who gives his life in another country to protect my freedom. Maybe I forget because of a court system that has been set up to protect, to assume that I am innocent until proven guilty. And perhaps I forget when my daily routine on a voting Tuesday has become so busy that I don't have time to go and vote. And my excuse is, well, my vote won't count. You see, the 4th of July is intended to be a celebration of our independence. Our gift that we have because we live in the United States of America. Nowhere else in this world do people of today continue to fight and are willing to break the law to get to our nation, because they see the ability to still go after your dreams, to still be able to reach and achieve goals here, and to still be able to go after and open a small business, to put sweat and tears and blood into that work, and to be able to make something of themselves. So I hope this 4th of July, this week, that you'll reflect on that you'll have a safe and productive 4th of July, but you'll also take a moment to thank those who have given the ultimate sacrifice to ensure that we are independent, and we continue to be independent. I encourage you, if you don't have an American flag, go out buy one. Proudly display it on the front of your home. Be proud to be an American this 4th of July. This has been a Get Inspired Moment by Inspire You Life Coach. I hope you have a wonderful week and a great, safe 4th of July.